or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we got a bunch of news to be talking about. So let's go and have a look at a bunch of news. Starting off with some very cool cards that can be picked up at the Asia Championship Series. Shout out to Kashvinder Singh Man, who did tweet this out. And we've got Boss's Orders, and we've got Iono. And these are beautiful. Now, essentially, these are prize cards where you can pick these up for doing particularly well. So, one of the things that the initial tweet said here basically was, my aim for the regional league was to get 5 wins to get the Boss's Orders promo. Started off 4-0, only needed 1 more win. Little did I know how hard it turned out to be. But they made it. And I do kind of love this. Now, apparently this is only something that started this season, but it was basically just promo cards for a certain number of wins. You get to 5 wins, you get the Boss's Orders. And then there's the Iono there as well, which is kind of cool. And look, these aren't some fancy new cards that you're going to need, and if you don't have them, then your deck's at a massive disadvantage. These are just cool promo cards. You know, Boss's Orders, it's literally Boss's Orders gets this. It's the one from Paldea Evolved. We've had this for a while. We've seen this for a while. Nobody needs this card. But I'm a huge fan of these kind of promo cards. Promo cards which, if you get them, they're really cool and you're going to love them and they're nice rewards. But if you don't get them, there's no disadvantage. You're, not missing out on a particular deck. I mean, if we want to go to the extreme here, Tropical Beach. Tropical Beach was a great promo card that was only given away as the Worlds promo in 2011 and 2012. The only way to get it was to either play at or staff Worlds in 2011 and 2012. And then, of course, it got really awkward because you would get like 1 copy of staff, and then you would get a copy of every language as a player. And if you were European, it was great. You'd have more than a playset if you qualified for Worlds. But then if you were American, you could only use English language copies. You were Japanese and you could only use Japanese copies. It got kind of awkward. Those are the kind of cards where we don't like them because it gives people legitimate disadvantages if they don't earn those prize cards. Here, it's just regular Boss's Orders. Now, there is also a regional league stamped Iono. And look, at this stage, there's probably some people out there that are starting to get sick of Iono. Like, it's literally just the other day I showed you the Iono Premium Tournament Collection. And one of the things in there is you get 3 copies of Iono with a new stamp. And the stamp is literally just Iono's, logo or whatever you want to go. It's on a jacket as well. But it's kind of cool, like Iono and Boss's Orders, these are staple cards that everybody plays in their deck. And now these are just available as these cool stamp promos? Yeah. And if you don't want them, that's brilliant. But if you're collectors or you want particularly cool cards that you can earn while playing, these are kind of amazing. So shout out to Kashvinder Singh Man for sharing these. These are awesome. Now, one of the weirdest things that's happened over the past couple days, and this is very, very weird, is this artwork. It's amazing. And incidentally, you can go on the website and click all of them and see all of the individual trainers, which is just lovely. But it is essentially an online playstyle personality test. That's the way the lovely Antoine Boulet has explained it. You go online and you fill out some questions. It tells you what your playstyle is. And these are the kind of images they're making for it. Bearing in mind some of the stuff we get on our official playmats, etc. over here by Ultra Pro. And yet Japan's getting this for an online playstyle personality quiz. It's so bizarre to me. And I absolutely adore it. I think it's wonderful. And, I mean, firstly, it's giving more work to artists, which is great. Secondly, it's giving us some really cool Pokemon TCG artwork, which is great. And thirdly, I love, like, this is so pointless in some ways and so wonderful that they went, we don't need to do this. We could easily just make a logo and go for it. But we don't want to do that. We're going to go for it. And I just think that's fantastic. If anyone reads Japanese, you can go on the website and fill out the personality quiz, and that's kind of awesome. I just think this is absolutely phenomenal and kind of dumb, but I say that in the best possible way. I think this is stunning. Could we get these as cards in the future? Could these characters appear on official Pokemon TCG cards after this quiz? I would be very surprised. Now, that's not a no, but the thing is, this is literally just artwork that was made for an online quiz. So, it is absolutely not impossible that we could get some promo cards of some of these, or even that they could just appear in a set. I think promo cards is more likely, incidentally. I don't understand why they made these. I don't understand why they went to so much effort to make these. And I absolutely adore that they went to so much effort to make these. I just think this is absolutely ridiculous, and I'm in love. Also, is it a ground trainer or a rock trainer? Whoever it is, they're my favourite. Definitely my favourite. Okay, I have no more to add about this, but just, if we get these as cards in the future, I will be so happy. You will get a very, very, very excitable Wossie. Now, in smaller news, but one that I think a bunch of you are going to want to know about, the mini portfolio has gone and been revealed for, well, it's kind of for Temporal Forces, but technically it's not necessarily for Temporal Forces. It's coming out on April the 19th for $5.49, obviously with a booster pack. And that's like 4 weeks after Temporal Forces releases. So it's honestly a little bit weird that we would get this 4 weeks later. But this has been the thing with mini portfolios for a while. For some reason, I don't really understand. They have decided to stop doing this. As in, stop releasing it at the same time as the rest of the set and just go from there. I don't really understand why. And I don't know how many people are super excited about these mini portfolios. It seems weird to me, frankly. But yeah, it's coming out. And it's coming out late. So feel free to be upset about this. Feel free to be delighted about this. I mean, for me personally, it's got great Tuscan Iron treads on the front. That's kind of cool. And then we've got Sliverwing and Iron Moth on the back. And actually, conceptually, I think this is really kind of fun. Because Donphan's got an ancient and a future version. They're both on the front. And Volcarona's got an ancient and a future version. They're both on the back. Something about that is honestly kind of cool to me. I quite like it. I'm still not buying this. But I do appreciate the effort that they have gone to. And speaking of Iron Moth, there is one other thing we need to have a little bit of a chat about before we get going here, and that is that we have got an Iron Moth promo, which as it stands at the moment is being given out at Toy Champ in the Netherlands, although you know the deal at this stage, right? It's being given out at Toy Champ in the Netherlands for now, but it's almost certainly going to pop up somewhere else in the future. Where? No idea. But as I've told you guys many times before, this is the kind of stuff where you know for your region, for your territory, for your country, whatever it is, you know where these things tend to pop up, right? You know for your area where these kind of promos tend to appear, so you can keep an eye out. If you're in the UK, you want to be looking at stuff like Waterstones or WH Smiths or things like that. They're the kind of places we generally get this stuff. Now, what we've actually got here is just, it's Iron Moth. It is the Iron Moth we've had for a little while. It is the Iron Moth we all know and love. Specifically, it's the only Iron Moth we've had. It's the one that came around in Paradox Rift. It's got the ability Thermal Reactor. that when it moves from the bench to the active, you can move any number of fire energy over to it, and then free energy 120, and it can't use it next turn. There is also the stunning illustration rare of this card, which was done by Takeshi Nakamura. So you've got another option. Now we got a stamped version, and it's literally just stamped with the Paradox Rift logo, which I believe, and correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong about this, I believe it's the only time we've actually yet seen a card stamped with the Paradox Rift logo, outside, of course, the pre-release promos. So yeah, this is cool. Fun little card. Go buy some cards and get a promo. It's always nice. As always, like I said, I can't tell you where this is appearing for everybody, but come on, we know what the deal is at this stage. You know where you need to be looking for it. It's going to be alright. For now, that's it. That's the news. What's going on in the world of Pokemon? I've told you, so now it's over to you guys. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And of course, get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Danger Morales, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.